My name's Ruben Carpenter. I am a peer support worker with an organisation called Arataki Ministries in Whangarei. I've been a whai ora for the longest time. I was 16 years old when I had my first episode and have been involved in the mental health system, for want of a better word, for a long time. Before I got the job at Arataki Ministries, I had been unemployed for the longest time, and I had almost resigned myself to the possibility that I was probably going to be on the benefit for the rest of my days.
IPS has been phenomenal. So they have been working with us right from the beginning of the implementation process. Kirsty's been in touch with me to tell me about a tangata whai ora that she was working with, who she felt would be really good for the peer support role. She's been constantly working alongside this young man, helping with CVs, helping with the interview process, coming along with him, so he had a support person.
I don't know if there's any sugar.
It's okay, I can put some sugar in.
I work with our whai ora and I support them into getting mahi. Our clients are referred to me through their clinical team, so generally their key worker or one of our kaitaka waingas or support workers. Once they come to me, I work with them to start getting them ready for work, because not all of them are always ready. It's about creating CVs, creating cover letters, giving them a little bit of counselling about what it means to work and the requirements for work, because a lot of them haven't worked before, or if they have, it's been a while. And then starting to talk to them about options. Some of them, like Ruben, come in and they know exactly what they want to do, and some of them have absolutely no idea.
IPS is intensive personalised employment support. It's a program that's been around for about 30 years. And it's a program that provides intensive personalised support for people looking for employment or education for a career pathway. And it was specifically designed for people who had mental health or addiction challenges in their life, and a way for them to move forward into their recovery journey.
What's that place called?
I think employment is vital. I think it's so important. I've seen the changes that have occurred for Rubes. He said to me he was worried because he wasn't a morning person. Turns out he is a morning person. He's always one of the first to show up to the MDTs. He's always early. I think having that routine is just vital for our well-being, and feeling as though you're part of a team, but also feeling as though you're in a role where you're giving back, and he's got so much to give.
No, that's
One of his goals.
One of his
Cool.
goals to go with the family.
Awesome.
I've been here now for, I guess, around 3.5 months, and it's a massive difference. And the routine of having this job has made a world of difference with me as well. And I'm kind of looking back on the last 3 months and thinking to myself, I've gone from a person who was unemployed for many years, didn't really get out of bed until 10 a.m. To a person who has a very good routine, and just having that routine in place has made an amazing difference in my life. And I can look back on the work that I'm doing now, and I'm thinking to myself, you got this.
Employers get great people when they work with us. We work with our whai ora to get them work ready. And so when we're putting an employee in front of an employer, they already have the skills that they want, that the employer's looking for. We develop relationships with employers so we understand what they want and what they need in an employee, and then we match it to an employee. We don't just throw anybody at them, we match them to the right person so that there's more of a chance of success for both sides. And then we support them through it. So once they start working, we do a wellness plan, and in that wellness plan we make sure that everybody's aware of the triggers and the signs of any sort of unwellness, so we can get on top of it really quickly.
So the wellness plan looks at what keeps Ruben well, but also potential triggers, what we could be on the lookout for if he was to become unwell. who his supports are, so who he could contact if he was to start feeling unwell, and who that plan would be shared with. So for example, it was shared with me, so I'm aware of the triggers for Ruben. I'm aware of symptoms that might start showing up if he is to become unwell.
We try and make access to utilising IPS services as simple as possible. So basically we have employment consultants based in every community mental health centre. So anyone who is accessing those services can just talk to any of their team members and a referral will be made, or an introduction. Maybe they just want a conversation around, is employment right for me at the moment? Is this the path I want to go on? And so they can actually just talk to our employment consultant.
I think when it comes to employers, and the main barrier is perception of mental health. I think it's still a perception that somebody with mental health issues is not employable, which is the complete opposite. Most of our clients have been living with mental health for many, many years. And when they come to my service, they're on the journey to the road to recovery, that they're getting through that. And for me, I see employment as a tool in their belt to help them through that service. Employment is something that gives them a bit of stability. It helps them out of financial difficulties, which is a massive part of mental health. And it gives them a sense of purpose. And that as a tool in their arsenal for mental health and working with mental health is such an important part, and it makes such a difference to so many people.
Within 2 hours, I had them call me back, and they were offering me the job as peer support worker, and I was like, yes.
I think the successes are also not just about the numbers, it's also about people like Ruben. It's about the individuals and the difference it makes in their lives, and that it's not just about going into a job, it's about career pathways in the rest of their lives.
This process of working alongside Ruben and Sash has been one of the highlights of my career so far. They have so much integrity, they have so much to offer, and they provide hope for those who are seeking recovery.
I think I'd just like employers to know that the clients that I work with are just people looking for work. They are just people that can do the job. They have an awesome support team behind them, whether it be clinical or non-clinical, and they just want to work and they want to do good at their job.
If you think you're at a point in your life where you want to go to work, go do it. Trust in yourself, believe in yourself, it can be done.